back were metaphorical, not literal. But other scholars point out that the Norse had plenty of perfectly normal ways to describe killing someone, and they specifically chose to describe this process in graphic, step-by-step detail across multiple independent sources. At some point,
you have to accept that maybe, just maybe, these guys actually did it.
The Vikings were many things, but subtle was not one of them. One thing that makes the Blood Eagle even more disturbing is the ritual aspect. Some accounts describe the executioner rubbing salt into the open wound while the ribs were being spread apart. Whether this was to add to the pain or had some kind of religious significance, nobody's really sure. But the Blood Eagle wasn't just an execution. It was a ceremony, a sacrifice to Odin. The victim wasn't just being killed, they were being offered to the gods as proof that their killer was worthy of their father's legacy. When you think about it from that perspective, the cruelty wasn't a bug, it was the entire point. Today we're going over the most evil punishments in history. And look, I need to warn you, this one's going to get rough. Number 1, Scaphism, the boats. And finally, we've arrived at what is quite possibly the worst way any human being has ever been killed. This one comes from ancient Persia, roughly around the 5th century BC. It's called Scaphism, and even after researching all 5 of these punishments, this is the only one that genuinely made me feel sick. Here's how it worked. The victim would be stripped naked and placed inside a hollowed-out wooden boat. A second, identical boat would be placed on top, creating a shell with the person's head, hands, and feet sticking out through holes cut into the sides. So far, not great, but nothing you can't handle. Just wait. The executioners would then force-feed the victim a mixture of milk and honey until they developed severe diarrhea. Then, they'd smear more milk and honey all over the exposed parts of their body, their face, their hands, their feet, paying special attention to their eyes, ears, mouth, and genitals. Then, they'd take this human milk and honey sandwich and set it adrift in a stagnant swamp. And then they'd wait. The honey and milk would attract every insect in the area. Flies, ants, wasps, beetles, all of them swarming around the exposed flesh, feeding on the sweet mixture, laying eggs in every crevice they could find. The diarrhea pooling inside the boats would breed maggots and more insects that would begin eating the victim from the inside out. All while the person was still alive, still conscious, still being force-fed milk and honey every day by their captors to make sure they didn't die of dehydration too quickly. The most detailed account we have